Thank you for trusting us as your #1 informative television. Join me, Rida Chebet, every day as I bring you the latest news at Maisha Live at 1 and update at 6, right here at Maisha Television.
Wakati mafuta imeongeza hivi, wao wameongeza commission yao to 28.1%.
I have a visual disability,
Yes,
which has been with me for a long time.
No, I'm asking the second part.
Suala la utovu wa nidhamu limezua hisia mseto nchini.
Caning is not bad for the students. Juu hata sisi wazazi wetu walikuwa natuadhibu tukiwa wadogo when we were growing up.
We are now more organized than ever before.
Thank you for trusting us as your #1 informative television. Join me, Rida Chebet, every day as I bring you the latest news at Maisha Live at 1 and update at 6, right here at Maisha Television.
Wakati mafuta imeongeza hivi, wao wameongeza commission yao to 28.1%.
I have a visual disability,
Yes,
which has been with me for a long time.
I'm asking the second part.
Suala la utovu wa nidhamu limezua hisia mseto nchini.
Caning is not bad for the students. Juu hata sisi wazazi wetu walikuwa natuadhibu tukiwa wadogo when we were growing up.
We are now more organized than ever before.
Indeed, this is the fastest growing television in Kenya.
At Maisha Television, we are impartial and independent.
The presidential election of the 26th October is hereby upheld.
Every day, we create distinctive professional programs, content which inform, educate, and entertain.
If the money has been approved, then it should be disbursed on time.
We go an extra mile to let you know of all that is happening around.
Wawe smart, wawe wasafi.
We make it easier for you to access information, a right provided by the Constitution. This is where your opinion counts. Authoritative.
After the expose that has caught the attention of many Kenyans, some have come in to weigh in with their views.
Dependable. The views of members of the public cannot be taken in vain. Trusted.
The judicial test about knowing what they know. They look at you and they say, this one is like this.
And definitely love.
Hii ni station imegrow very fast na naipenda sana.
You are advising or you are directing. Number 2, Mr. Speaker.
You are now mixing up issues. Please, let's hold your horses. You know, when they ask the speaker, not everybody is a speaker. So I hear, I am following. I'll add in 5 minutes.
We are here to inform.
Kama mwananchi hajachanganyikiwa, anajua tofauti ya MCA na mjumbe, kwani atachanganyikiwa vipi asijue kani ni executive kani ni
on record that there is nobody who is above the law.
Educate.
Being poor does not mean God will not give you a good brain. So money does not buy everything. And let me warn further that there are already people collecting money.
And entertain you 24 hours of the day. And 7 days of the week.
Mombasa is under what we say lock and key.
Maisha TV. Choose it, watch it, and love it. Good evening and thank you for joining me tonight from Maisha Prime News. My name is Rida Chebet Keren. But first, let's have a look at our top stories.
For the 20 by-elections are concerned and whatever other duties it's doing, anything that is not touching on the merits or otherwise of their field, would you be prejudiced? Your client is prejudiced in any way?
7-judge bench to be constituted to hear the appeal on the Building Bridges initiative.
Sasa tu support hiyo initiative kwa sababu najua receiver manager yuko Mumias, yeye ni kuuza tu vichuma ya Mumias Sugar Company.
Lawmakers from Kakamega County push for the revival of Mumias Sugar Company. Good evening and thank you for joining me tonight from Maisha Prime News. My name is Rida Chebet Keren. But first, let's have a look at our top stories.
For the 20 by-elections are concerned and whatever other duties it's doing, anything that is not touching on the merits or otherwise of their field, would you be prejudiced? Your client is prejudiced in any way?
7-judge bench to be constituted to hear the appeal on the Building Bridges initiative.
Sasa tu support hiyo initiative kwa sababu najua receiver manager yuko Mumias, yeye ni kuuza tu vichuma ya Mumias Sugar Company.
Lawmakers from Kakamega County push for the revival of Mumias Sugar Company. with Court of Appeal proceedings headed by Justice Daniel Musinga. It is now clear that a 7-judge bench will hear the appeal on the Building Bridges initiative. The Court of Appeal President Justice Daniel Musinga says the bench will be constituted on the permission of the Chief Justice.
President Uhuru Kenyatta and ODM leader Raila Odinga have suffered a blow in court after the judiciary moved to form a 7-judge bench to hear the appeal against the nullification of the Building Bridges Initiative Constitutional Amendment Bill 2020.
The only problem with that is when there's an issue, the judges would want to make a matter rise in the middle of the proceedings. And if any number of judges are not in person,
delivering the ruling on Wednesday, June 2nd, the 3-judge bench rejected a request by the duo to suspend the initial ruling. The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission (IEBC) was allowed to continue discharging their functions except the referendum.
The Senior Council, without making any determination, if the court were to allow some kind of interim orders with respect to IEBC, but preserving the sanctity of the proceedings so that IEBC does not touch on anything to do with the matters in controversy. But it can continue to function insofar as the arrangements for the pending by-elections are concerned, and whatever other duties it's doing, anything that is not touching on the merits or otherwise of the appeal. Would you be prejudiced? Your client be prejudiced in any way?
The judges also announced that the BBI appeal will be heard for 4 days from June 29th, 2021 to July 2nd, 2021. This means that the referendum which the BBI proponents had scheduled for June stands suspended until the appeal is heard and determined. Justice Musinga, who was elected Court of Appeal President to take over from Justice William Ouko, will pick the names of the 7 judges tasked with the matter. The court was also made aware of President Kenyatta's remarks during the Madaraka Day celebrations, where he criticized that the judiciary has tested the limits of Kenya's constitution.
From the nullification of a presidential election in 2017 to an attempt to stop the will of the people as expressed through the BBI, the judiciary has indeed tested our constitutional limits. While I stand by the rule of law, and I will always obey the decisions of the courts, I am also compelled by my position to heed the sovereign and supreme voice of the people of Kenya. And that is why our national conversation today must focus on the consequences of choice.
All appellants are expected to file their respective submissions within 7 days of the date hereof. This is June 2nd. The president had expressed hope that they would win the appeal, citing the expertise of constitutional lawyer and Siaya Senator James Orengo. Maisha TV.
The Cabinet Secretary for Energy, Charles Keter, has been summoned to appear before the Senate on risk being fined after failing to appear before the Senate's Energy Committee over the prices of petroleum products. The members of the committee maintain that this year's move now raises questions over the level of government's commitment to the citizenry they swore to represent.
Summoned under the powers, Parliamentary Powers and Privileges Act 2017, Section 18 and 19, where he must appear. And if he doesn't appear, then serious forms of the law will take its course. These sudden increases of fuel seem to be coming on week after week, and the Kenyans are grappling with all the hardship they are going through. And we are concerned as a committee, even as the Committee of Senate, that we must do all that pertains within our power to ensure that this matter is checked. And it cannot, we cannot leave it to continue unattended. Because I want to tell Kenyans, we share with you the pain we are going through. We are going through hard economic times. and not just because of corona. Then somebody else comes and increases fuel prices week after week. It is really paining. And fuel is a very central and important aspect of living. When fuel prices go up, everything goes up. And Kenyans can have our sympathy as representatives of the people that we are concerned, and we will do all that things to ensure that this matter is brought to some curtailment.
We move to Kakamega County, where the lawmakers from the region want to speed up the debate on the Sugar Task Force's report on what they say is a successful revival of the Mumias Sugar Factory. The MPs Emmanuel Luangwe of Navaholo, Ayub Savula of Lugari, and his colleague Lurambi Titus of Kamala say the delay in the factory's revival efforts reprieves sugarcane farmers of their rights. Kakamega County Members of Parliament, led by Navaholo Member of Parliament Emmanuel Wangwe, Lugari's Ayub Savula and his Lurambi counterpart Titus Hamala, now wants the speed up of the revival process of Mumias Sugar Company.
Tukiamusha Mumias, wakulima wetu watakuwa wanapeleka miwa na wanalipwa after 2 days, which is better. Sasa tu support initiative kwa sababu najua receiver manager yuko Mumias. Yeye ni kuuza tu vichuma ya Mumias Sugar Company. Huyo receiver manager tunataka tu negotiate na Kenya Commercial Bank kwa sababu hiyo deni Mumias nayo na Kenya Commercial Bank. Huyo receiver manager atolewe na huyo investor awekwe pale. Kwa sababu hiyo investor ana rice ana cement factory, simple cement, ana national cement, ana Devki factory. So yeye anaweza na tumekubaliana naye conditions zetu, ulipe mkulima after 2 days. Lakini maneno ya kuumiza mkulima Kakamega County itakuwa history.
The Lurambi Member of Parliament Titus Hamala expressed his concerns, especially to the farmers who are experiencing losses after the closure of Mumias Company, pushing for the speed up of the Sugar Task Force report in order to save the farmers from the massive losses.
Mimi nazungumza na uchungu, amafama tinga zangu ndio hizi hapa. Amafama na ekari 100 ya miwa, 100 acres all over, paka kule Mng'ang'ai have sugar cane. And I know the pain of a farmer because tinga ndio hizi. Siongei kama mtu layman. Kuna mtu anaweza piga siasa ya mkulima lakini lay, but Kamala anaongea as a farmer. Dry is the one killing us, and it's because he has compromised people in high places.
On his part, Emmanuel Luangwe encouraged the farmers and the management to embrace the industrialists Navendra Raval and other private investors who are ready to revitalize the company and give the farmers livelihoods.
Na wale watu ambao wanataka kuegeza, there are those private investors ambao wanataka kuweka kwa machine ya Mumias. Aangalie hao watu haraka. Sisi huku kwetu tunasema shetani ambaye unamjua na anakulindia boma ni afadhali kuliko malaika ambaye unaambiwa atakuja wewe ukishakufa. Yule shetani tunamjua. Atushikie hao watu waegezaji haraka. Kama ni muhindi sisi hataki kujua. Ile kitu tunataka kujua ni kwamba huyo muhindi aweke pesa Mumias Sugar. Mashini ya Mumias ianze kusiaga. Mashini ya Mumias ikisiaga, hao waindi wa Butali hawataringa. Hao waindi wa West Kenya hawataringa. Tutakuwa na mahali pa kupeleka miwa yetu na competition itakuwa iko na watu wetu watapata mahali ya kuuza miwa wapeleke watoto wetu shule.
Maisha TV. In a section of clergy wants the executive to tone down attacks on the independence of the judiciary in an apparent reference to remarks made by President Uhuru Kenyatta on Tuesday during the Madaraka Day celebrations in Kisumu. The Church and the Clergy Association of Kenya has called on the judiciary to resist undue influence in discharging their duties. The association also wants the Building Bridges initiative process and the impending referendum shelved until after 2022 general elections.
They rule any case according to the law and according to the merit of the case presented to them. We are advocating for completely obedience and respect of judiciary. And we expect the new CJ will not let down Kenyans on that. The issue of referendum and the constitution amendment should be pushed until after the next general election. However, Parliament should focus on amendments that will help the IBC run a smooth and a clear general election.
When we move on to another story where Patrick Amoth, who is the Acting Director General in the Ministry of Health, has been appointed as chairperson of the World Health Organization Executive Board. The union's health minister, Dr. Harsh Vardhan, made the announcement on Wednesday during the 149th session of the World Health Organization Executive Board.
Kenya's Acting Director General of Health, Patrick Amoth, is the incoming president of the World Health Organization Executive Board. Amoth was elected during the 149th session of the World Health Organization Executive Board held on Wednesday, June the 2nd. Following the election, Amoth will take over from India's Health Minister Harsh Vardhan, who held the position from May 2020. The election was an elevation of Kenya's health official who was voted for as the Vice President of the World Health Organization Executive Board on May 22nd, 2020. As a top decision-making organ of the global health body, the Executive Board is composed of 34 individuals technically qualified in the field of health, each one designated by a member state elected to do so by the World Health Organization Assembly for a 3-year term. The board holds meetings at least twice a year, with the first one coming up in January, while the other is convened in May immediately after the Health Assembly. Some of the key functions that Amoth's new team will handle include, but not limited to, implementing decisions and policies of the Assembly, advise it, and facilitating its work. Amoth holds a medical doctor with a Master of Medicine degree in obstetrics or gynecology from the University of Nairobi. He served in various capacities starting from District Medical Services Officer for Kiambu East and West Districts from 2001 and 2011. He then became a Senior Medical Specialist at Obstetrics or Gynecology at Kiambu District Hospital until March 2012. He was then moved to Machakos Level 5 Hospital in the post of Chief Medical Specialist, which he held until October 2013 when he got posted to Mama Lucy Kibaki Hospital in the same capacity and later Senior Deputy Director of Medical Services. In the wake of coronavirus in Kenya, Amoth made his first public appearance for media briefings alongside Health Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe. During the pressers, his work is limited to answering technical questions pertaining to the virus spread. Maisha TV.
Over 400 Lamu graduates were offered full scholarships by the national government during the construction of the multi-billion port project, and the Lapsset Authority have been rendered jobless. The graduates claim that the recent job offers at the port did not favor them and has since left a number of them jobless.
Utarajio wangu ilikuwa ni kuwa nikimaliza shule at least nipate mamangu, yani naelelewa na mamangu, mimi ni single parent, Sasa mamangu ni mgonjwa na mamangu ana shida nyingi, amenifundisha mimi kwa shida. So nilikuwa natarajia kwa kipindi hiki at least nilikuwa nimepata kazi na mimi. Lakini kwa bahati mbaya sijapata kazi. Doctors walichukuliwa juzi na tulipeleka document zetu lakini zile kwa kando. Na mimi nimesoma na graduate. Na niko qualified kwa kazi yoyote ningepewa kule mimi ningechukua. Lakini bahati mbaya makaratasi zetu zile kwa kando zikachukuliwa wale form 4 leavers na D- na madipline. Kwa hivyo nasikitika sana na nataka kumwambia Mheshimiwa Rais Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta asikie kilio chetu. Mimi ni mfano wa katika wale 400 kuna wenzangu kama 300 hivi, wingi ni maskini, tunalelewa na mzazi mmoja. Kule Lamu watu ni maskini sana. Kwa hivyo tunakuomba Mheshimiwa, kama utanisikia ama unaniona, utupatie na sisi first priority pale port.
Tumekuwa na kilio kama wanafunzi au graduates wa Lapsset kwa minajili au namna kazi zinavyopeanwa katika bandari la Lamu. Kitu kinachotushangaza ni kwamba Kwa mujibu wa rais mstaafu Kibaki, ilikuwa ni kwamba train wanafunzi au watoto wa Lamu, vijana wa Lamu, ili wakapata zile skills na wakapata knowledge ya kufanya kazi ndani ya poti.
And traders at the Mamangina area in Mombasa County counting losses following the closure of Mamangina waterfront. The recreational facility was closed about 2 months ago to curb the spread of COVID-19 pandemic in the county. The traders now want the government to reconsider reopening the facility for public use to enable them eke a living by selling their merchandise to both local and international tourists.
Kile nkika mimi ndo matina halafu tunateseka na dewa rent. Nyumba yake kuna dewa rent kabla corona ianze. Hakuna kitu kinisaidia, mimi kuna watoto watatu. Nafukuza Mamangina na Buruza huku na huku kisa na maana kutafuta wanangu.
Hakuna madaraka ndio tunajua hii miaka 58 bado tunateseka. Kwanza miaka 3 hatuoni mbele hatuoni nyuma bwana. Si wenyewe tuko nje hatufanyi kazi. Hii madaraka tunaangalia tunalilia rais pekee yake tafadhali.
Hapa Mamangina ndio kila kitu chetu. Hapa twaja ili tupate kuendeleza maisha yetu. Kama imefungwa kama hivi tafadhali tunapata tabu. Imagine sahi nimetoka kule nyumbani sijui naenda wapi. Huku kumefungwa. Nikirudi pale watoto wananiuliza baba vipi? Mtoto analala na kikombe ya chai rangi.
Uhuru jamani, naomba mimi sina la kufanya, sina mbele sina nyuma. Naomba tufungulie Mamangina yeye. Tumezoea tujasoma kazi mali kwingine sisi. Mkitufungia kila kukicha tutafanya nini sasa? Tunaweza kufanya.
Golf club iko hapa ndani. Kuna bapo, kuna hoteli pale ndani Florida ambayo ina operate mpaka sasa, utakuta gari zimejaa pale watu wako ndani. Lakini sisi ambao ni wafanyikazi wa pale tumekaa miaka nyingi. Tunatolewa tu juu, hakuna mtu wa kutuangalia, hata tukirudi tena ni impromptu. Unatolewa leo unapatiwa, hakuna notice.
Embattled Nyandarua Speaker Ndegwa Wahome and a section of MCAs allied to him are now seeking Senate's intervention to unlock the stalemate in the county assembly. Wahome maintains that the chaos that has rocked the assembly has hindered activities at the county assembly.
So obviously after that pronouncement there's not much I could have done. I went back to court. And the court by a ruling delivered on 29th of April actually confirmed that the threshold was not met because they required still the 75% of all the members of the county assembly pursuant to Article 184 of the Constitution, Section 11 of the County Government Act, and our standing orders. Therefore, I was reinstated back to office. When I was reinstated back to office, immediately to defeat that order of the court, and the court in its order said that I have not been removed, so I should go back to office, heading the hearing and determination of the main petition. But the following day, on the 30th of April, another motion was brought for my removal. And the chairman, my issue was, how can you impeach me when I am already impeached? There was also the matter in court, the sub judice rule. There was also the matter that these are issues that have been already transacted on, the issue of res judicata, and also the issue of double jeopardy. I raised all those issues with them, but when they indicated that they want to proceed with the matter, I went to court. And also, Chair, you are aware of the special motion. A special motion cannot be reintroduced before the expiry of 6 months. And especially this one, which had the same issues, but with the impunity prevailing at the county assembly, at the behest of the governor. The obviously for them is to remove me, the law and anything else does not matter. So they proceeded with it, they said they will proceed with the motion. And what I did is that I went back to court. I said they cannot be subjected to this because of the issues I have already indicated. And the court said that it is going to hear us on 10th of January, on 10th of May, both parties, so that to decide whether that motion was legitimate.
Well, and with that, I've come to the end of Maisha Prime News. My name is Rida Chebet Kering. trusting us as your #1 informative television. Join me, Rida Chebet, every day as I bring you the latest news at Maisha Live at 1 and update at 6, right here at Maisha Television.
Wakati mafuta imeongeza hivi, wao wameongeza commission yao to 28.1%.
I have a visual disability,
yes,
which has been with me for a long time.
No, I'm asking the second part.
Suala la utovu wa nidhamu limezua hisia mseto nchini.
Caning is not bad for the students. Juu hata sisi wazazi wetu walikuwa natuadhibu tukiwa wadogo when we were growing up.
We are now more organized than ever before.
Indeed, this is the fastest growing television in Kenya.
At Maisha Television, we are impartial and independent.
The presidential election of the 26th October is hereby upheld.
Every day, we create distinctive professional programs, content which inform, educate, and entertain.
If the money has been approved, then it should be disbursed on time.
We go an extra mile to let you know of all that is happening around.
Wawe smart, wawe wasafi.
We make it easier for you to access information, a right provided by the Constitution. This is where your opinion counts. Authoritative.
After the expose that has caught...
Thank you for trusting us as your #1 informative television. Join me, Rida Chebet, every day as I bring you the latest news at Maisha Live at 1 and update at 6, right here at Maisha Television.
Wakati mafuta imeongeza hivi, wao wameongeza commission yao to 28.1%.
I have a visual disability,
yes,
which has been with me for a long time.
No, I'm asking the second part.
Suala la utovu wa nidhamu limezua hisia mseto nchini.
Caning is not bad for the students. Juu hata sisi wazazi wetu walikuwa natuadhibu tukiwa wadogo when we were growing up.
We are now more organized than ever before.
Indeed, this is the fastest growing television in Kenya.
At Maisha Television, we are impartial and independent.
The presidential election of the 26th October is hereby upheld.
Every day, we create distinctive professional programs, content which inform, educate, and entertain.
If the money has been approved, then it should be disbursed on time.
We go an extra mile to let you know of all that is happening around.
Wawe smart, wawe wasafi.
We make it easier for you to access information, a right provided by the Constitution. This is where your opinion counts. Authoritative.
After the expose that has caught the attention of many Kenyans, some have come in to weigh in with their views.
Dependable. The views of members of the public cannot be taken in vain. Trusted.
The judicial test about knowing what they know. They look at you and they say, this one is like this.
And definitely love.
Hii ni station imegrow very fast na naipenda sana.
You are advising or you are directing. Number two, Mr. Speaker.
You are now mixing up issues. Please, let's hold your horses. You know, when they ask the speaker, not everybody is a speaker. So I hear, I am following. I'll add in 5 minutes.
We are here to inform.
Kama mwananchi hajachanganyikiwa, anajua tofauti ya MCA na mjumbe, kwani atachanganyikiwa vipi asijue kani ni executive kani ni
on record that there is nobody who is above the law.
Educate.
Being poor does not mean God did not give you a good brain. So money does not buy everything. And let me warn further that there are already people collecting money
and entertain you 24 hours of the day. And 7 days of the week.
Mombasa is under what we say lock and key.
Maisha TV. Choose it, watch it, and love it.
Kilimo cha Paa, kipindi kinachokuelimisha, kukujuza na kukupa mwanga katika kilimo. Kipindi kilichorahisishwa hatua baada ya hatua kwenye safari ya kilimo na biashara. Nia yetu ni kukupa ujuzi kwa njia ya vitendo, haswa kwenye maeneo ya ufugaji, upanzi wa mimea, magonjwa, magugu na hata wadudu. Tunakupa fursa ya kufahamu kilimo kwa kina. Ungana nasi kila siku ya Ijumaa saa 12 jioni katika Kilimo cha Paa, makala yako kwenye runinga uipendayo Maisha TV.